Oh man, everybody looking good today. Love it. All the bald heads and the people with hair. Can't hear you.
A shiny face. I've just put lotion on my face, y'all. I just put sunscreen and lotion.
Shiny, happy people. Jeff will know that song. Well, good morning, man. It is the 25th of, what is it, April? Woo! That's been. It seems like it's going. This month went like that, thanks to taxes and everything else. But we're excited. We're excited. Michelle had her two sisters in this past week, so we had a pretty active social schedule with that. And then my family, I got two of my sisters coming in this week, so we're excited about that. But yeah.
Second quarter.
What's happening, Megan?
A third of the way through.
It's a third.
So, yeah, actually, let me go grab some of the notes that I wrote that you guys told me during the second quarter.
Okay. Hopefully everybody got my little prompt. I figured that we'd do something. Let's see, what day is it in the year? Just wondering what day it is.
Okay.
Monday. Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of wanted to real quick, because it's already a third of the way through the second quarter. Let's just revisit some of our goals. So first quarter was done. I know, Sherry, your goal is to be doing, I think, 5 apps a week. So that's what we're shooting for there. Jeff, I know yours was 20 apps a month. Jonathan was 40,000 a month.
Or you can put 10,000 submit, Megan.
Okay. Yeah, whichever
40
way.
grand a month, 10,000 submit. Whichever one.
Yeah, whichever way helps you best to think about it. But I'm just saying all this because we gotta keep our goals in front of us if we're gonna hit them. So just think about where we're at in the month, where we're at in the quarter, how far we've gotten towards our goals. And listen, sometimes our goals are just meant to stretch us. They're not necessarily meant to be hit every single time. So I'm not bringing this up trying to be like, where are you at? Sometimes this is just a way for us to be stretched. And like a rubber band, when the rubber band is stretched, it never really goes back to exactly the same format that it was before, right? So just think about just reflect on that today and I know we'll go through what habits we're willing to change also, because maybe that ties into why we're not hitting what we're wanting to be hitting for Q2. But just think about what you said you wanted your goals to be, and then where are we at currently with that? And again, it's just bringing reality to the table. It's not this, oh, I should feel bad because I'm not there yet. That's not what I want to do at all. Like, not even close. I just want you to take what I said I was going to do and then where really am I at, so that we can really be in reality, right? And if you're just stretching yourself right now, if you're in a season of learning, that is totally fine. Sometimes that's where we are. And then the fruit of that learning stretch comes in later weeks, months, quarters, because we know that nobody necessarily gets lucky, right? It's the prepared who show up who end up getting the deals because at one point they prepared. So anyway, we can go through. I know that you had some thoughts, and this is more of a roundtable meeting on Monday mornings, just supposed to have some fun, coffee, just talk, see how y'all's week was. And I know we were talking about in the message yesterday, we wanted to kind of go through habits. So if anybody wants to speak up on that first, if not, I have some things that I can say about habits that I'd want to change and some habits that I'd want to put in. Actually, just one. I'm not going to make it complicated, but if anybody wants to speak theirs, feel free. Or just say hi if you want. It's y'all's.
Well,
Hey,
I was
Sherry.
gonna, yeah. I thought about it. I thought about a few habits that I'm trying to break, but one huge habit is replacing people in my life, and replacing people in your life bring you good. And what I'm saying is like toxic people, but they need help too. So I invite them to church instead of spending my time there. That's how I'm trying to reverse that. So I am trying to kick that habit of being there for them all the time. So I invite them to church. But that's like probably one of my number ones, because surrounding myself with people that are like-minded or have goals like I have or drive like I have is going to help me in my success, just personally, professionally, and in life.
Invite them on your journey. That's that's the thing, right? Is otherwise, instead of them taking you on their journey or you going on their journey, you invite them on your journey.
Absolutely.
And the people that are with you will be there. When you get to where you're going. And it's kind of like and look, like Megan was saying, every time. I'm looking at the monitor that I have up here. This is like the same monitor that Michelle had evidently since 2013. So I'm quite proud of this monitor for surviving this, but it's still got goals taped up on the top from like, this is what we're going to hit in 2013, and sometimes it's just a good reminder of just saying like, hey, that was someplace, obviously at that time we weren't there, things like 10,000 cash savings a month, 50,000 income a month. These were things that these were stretch goals back in 2013, and just, I think it's important to kind of put these things out here every now and then, just to go, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to change, and then see how you evolve. So that's good. I like it. People will definitely slow you down or speed you up.
I'll say a bad habit that I've gotten in recently with some of my leads, and this is just me speaking honestly, and this, I think we'll all go through this at some point, no matter how long you're in the business, no matter how great you are, there's still this like trap of fear of rejection, right? And that's a bad habit. It's not something that I really actually believe in my core. I know that everybody needs my help. I know this to be true. I know that somebody sent in a request and I know they need me to call them. But sometimes you get in this like doom loop or trap of fear that maybe they don't want my help. Maybe I'm annoying them. Which is not the truth, but sometimes that's a bad habit that I've gotten into recently. That's a bad habit that I've been telling myself. So just to be honest with you, that's kind of a bad habit that I am fixing, and then changing that energy from this like trap of fear, thinking that these leads don't need my help for whatever reason I've made myself believe that's not true, is instead transferring that energy into professional persistence. Like if I'm if I'm not being professional, if I'm not being persistent, nobody's going to help them. The data actually shows that most agents, and this is true across the board, most agents will not call their leads more than twice. And what does that mean for the other agents who are professional and who are persistent? They're going to get the deal. But most people don't ever answer the phone until after you've called them at least 6 times. So if I'm stopping after 2 times, I'm not being professional and I'm not being persistent, and somebody else is going to get that deal. So I've had to, and this is, anyway, that's a bad habit transferring to energy into the better habit. So that's what I'm working on.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Might want to mute
Hey.
yourself, Mike. Going along with what Megan talked about, even from the standpoint of once you have a customer that wants the application, being more persistent, and I am very persistent already. Okay. Being more, but I say this because maybe someone out there doesn't know if you're brand new. Just getting people, if you're doing things virtually, getting people to sign their e-apps. It's like Johnny had this visual last Thursday that was so good. He said, "You've got these people in a net. You've got all these butterflies flying around. You've got all these e-apps that are waiting to be signed. How do you know? And you've got to be persistent in getting that done. And even if it's customers that you know, even if it's friends that you know, you have to continue to be persistent and remind them that they need to do it. And that's something that I think all of us, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to learn how to do it. You're going to learn how to get better at it if you are in that process of getting people to sign their e-apps. So that's a habit that you just need to perfect and get better at.
And know that
That's
it's not, it isn't bugging people. People actually appreciate when you do this because it creates more trust. It creates more professionalism because they know that you actually give a crap, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't stay on them. You just ask for the application and then beyond. And,
That's so true. I got a text message from one of my customers maybe yesterday or the day before, because once her policy issued, let me read it to you. I said, "Congrats, your policy did approve with CVS and will be effective starting tomorrow." And she said, "Thank you so very much, Michelle, for your faithful professionalism, as well as your loving personal relationship, your prayers, your caring heart. May God richly bless you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Lovingly, Linnell Skinner." That was a text from my customer yesterday. So it pays to do that stuff in many, many ways.
Serena, did you want to say yours? I saw you had unmuted. And hi, it's good to see your face.
Good morning, everybody. So I remember in boot camp watching the live calls, and Michelle's came on, and I was listening to her, and I remember I paused it and I looked at my husband. I said, "Man, she don't take no for an answer." I thought that was amazing. So one of my goals was I need to get like that. I need to get like that woman right there. And I thought that was amazing, by the way. So one of the goals that I feel I need to, or habits that I need to get out of, is the habit of saying, I need to start actually saying no, stretching myself too thin, for like Sherry said, not just toxic people, sometimes even just my family. If their goals aren't in line with mine, sometimes I feel like it's selfish for me to say no, so I have to go and help somebody. And in this industry, I need to start helping those who want this kind of help and not the kind that just want to take advantage of me. I've gotten to a point where people expect me to say yes. So when I say no, they make me feel guilty for saying no. So, and it's just stuff that they want me to do for their own agenda. And I need to start, I need to just start saying no and stop stretching myself thin. Another thing that I need to start doing is I need to start getting back into reading some more, getting so busy that I can't read or listen to podcasts. That's going to get me into my next habit, by the way, is setting those future goals. I mean, I do a lot of like prioritizing and doing my daily goals, setting my short-term goals, but I need to start actually focusing on my long-term because I think that's going to help me with my short-term. So.
Absolutely. Those are great. Another
That's
people
awesome.
pleaser. I'm with you, sister.
Can be a
We
good
all
thing.
are. Believe me,
It is a good
Michelle's
thing.
a people pleaser
Have a
too.
service heart.
When family's over, anybody's over, man, she will cook and host and clean up and everything. You're like, girl, sit down. She's nonstop like that. And yeah, it's good. And just thinking about goals. And in fact, I was cleaning out some of the boxes that we moved from the office to the house, and I came across my Jack Canfield. I have a workbook for habits that he talks about how to or setting your goals, and I want to get some of that and put that into this call, sprinkle it a little bit because it's huge. Like I said, these goals that we put up here on this monitor, like I said, they were stretch goals for us at the time, and you need those stretch goals. So great job, Serena. I was going to tell you my habits, because I usually am pretty quiet about some of these things, but it hit me that we've been in the cancer fog for a while, and one of the things that we've got to step up, to in the healing process is getting healthier. So these are my habits, and Michelle's going to be like, yes, or maybe she'll be upset with me. I don't know. But like one of my habits over the last probably 10 years is I don't wake up. I don't have an alarm clock set. Like I refuse. Like I'm gonna get up when I get up. But what that usually means is I'm gonna sleep in as long as I possibly can. So I'm gonna stop sleeping in and start getting up earlier with some habits, adding some good habits to kind of feed into that, with both some reading daily, but also getting some daily exercises in, because y'all know my daily exercise is getting up from the chair and sitting back down in the chair and stuff like that. So, but I've been cleaning up the garage, and I got the space now. I got rid of some furniture that was stored in there, and I got space in there for my bike to do my Peloton stuff and get going on that, and getting out walking with Michelle too, because she needs to get some exercise in too as well, start strengthening herself. So that's my stop sleeping in and start exercising.
Does it change your life?
It's also beach season, so we got to get to the beach style.
Those two things will change your life.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Morning.
Johnny.
So I was thinking about what you sent out yesterday, Mike, about the habits. I feel like I've been implementing some habits this year that I wasn't very consistent with last year. So I don't know if there's any particular I want to change. I just want to be more consistent at the ones I'm implementing, which is getting up early, and reading consistently. Those two things, which I've done. I think I've done an okay job this year, but I haven't done it every single day, right? So one thing I'll encourage you with is, like, nothing's perfect, right? We're definitely not perfect. So give yourself 90 days if you're striving for a goal. So, like, I know Sherry wants to do 5 apps a week and 10 a month. That's great. Just give yourself 90 days. You will hit the goal, and you'll learn a ton in that process. That's always been a big number for me. if I'm trying to accomplish something. Like right now, I'm trying to do 10,000 per week submit. And have I done it every week? No, but I've had my best quarter in quarter one, right? Even though I didn't hit that goal every single week, I still had my best quarter, and that was 90 days. Each quarter is 90 days. So I just encourage you, even if it's something small you're trying to do, give it 90 days and then talk to somebody periodically about how you feel like you're doing during that 90 days. So that's what I got.
Thank you, sir. Good stuff. Yeah, you're already pretty good at reading. And I think that may be one of the main things. How, Jeff, you can go ahead. But reading just kind of keeps your mind on track instead of letting the thought all get to you. I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if you guys need some suggestions on what to read or what you should be reading, just ask one of your mentors. And just say, hey, what I'm having struggles with this. What's a good book to help me think differently?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, reading is really huge, isn't it? I just recently read a novel, which it's not work related, but it was inspirational. So I guess kind of, and I just really enjoyed it, and it gets your brain working a different way. So I'm going to commit to, if you just say 15 minutes of reading for me, I mean, it'll end up being way more if I actually do it, because, I just start having fun and continue. But yeah, if it's always a challenge between, starting some new good habits and then not starting any new bad habits. And I had recently, I started vaping a little bit toward the end of the COVID reign here, and I quit here about 2 weeks ago. So I was happy for that. And yeah, I sort of like, temporarily stopped drinking, just trying to lose a little bit of weight, if nothing else. But you know what? Coming into the office has been one of my things that I've been working on. I wasn't here last week, but the week before I was here the whole week. And, I got an appointment I got to go to at 9:30. That's kind of back by my house, but it just gets you up, get you out here, get you around everybody. Right now it's me and Johnny, but get to see everybody, and just, it's commitment. Now you can sort of focus on all the things you have to do for the rest of your day, and get reminded about the goals that you said you were going to hit, and be able to focus on them. But mostly it's just really good to see everybody's face at 7:30 on Monday morning. And that's a shared trauma, huh?
Yes, it is.
Love your face, man. Love it.
Knowing that we're all in the good fight together is a huge thing. And I think, Jeff, a lot of us are naturally outspoken. We're salespeople. We're social beings. And so sitting down and reading by ourselves is not maybe highest priority on our list. So I'm with you on that. But it is very, very helpful to do. Given a choice of, going visit someone or sitting down reading, I'm going to choose visit somebody because I'm a social creature. But I know that I have to read also, and I love reading. But just sitting down doing it at certain times is going to help us all.
You did great, Michelle.
All right. Anybody else want to speak up on their goals or habits? If not, we can talk about specifics. Anything that you need help with the last 5 minutes. I know you had some pending stuff, Sherry. I don't know if you want to share it in this setting, but if we can talk later.
I still have two Mississippi's, problems with those. They got back to me again.
Is it
FNG.
pending the contract?
Yeah. It's, yeah. And so, yeah, I got to figure that out, but I'm sending over actually, a, life, quote to him that may help at all. I mean, cause I had some insurance, but he's changing his position. He went from one company to another company. So in between this, he doesn't have his insurance that he had.
Got it.
Well, he does have it actually, because it wouldn't have been, now that I'm thinking about it, he would still have it, right? Because he just did it. They couldn't just cut it off. There's still the waiting period, right?
No, not with life, and you lose your benefits when you transfer. You lose your life insurance when you leave a job and go to another. But
The other one's not enforced yet, is what it is.
so he needs.
You usually have Cobra if it's not voluntary, but it costs a lot more
But we're talking
for a
about the
certain
life.
period of time.
Yeah, he changed from one company to another. He's an engineer, a design engineer.
So what you could do is just write, if there's a certain amount of coverage that he needs for those policies to issue, just
Mhm.
write an accidental at the bare minimum with Mutual of Omaha, the guaranteed assurance plan. If he
Okay.
doesn't want to add another separate term, that's an easy fix, because those are the guaranteed assurance accidental plan with Mutual of Omaha is really cheap, and you can get up to 500,000.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it is in the case of an accident. And you can also add the return of premium rider to that. And what that does is that if he dies in the next 30 years from an accident, let's just say he does 500,000, that 500,000 pays out. If he's under 50, he can add the return of premium rider. And if he's still living in 30 years, then he gets all of his money back.
Okay. I'll talk to him about that, because he was already looking at not more life insurance, but an IUL for himself.
For himself. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe the accidental is not the route, but that would be the quick fix.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I always. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have a call with him at his lunchtime today. So
Okay. I'll call you and help you work through some of that pending later today
okay.
before lunch.
Good morning.
Good morning,
What,
Sandra.
what is the go-to product for IUL? Or the go-to carrier?
Fidelity and Guarantee. And the product is called Path Setter.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was just going to say, anybody under 50 that I'm writing an accidental plan, I automatically put the return of premium on, and it just explained what it is to them. I don't give them an option. And it's a great way to sell that product. And people love it.
What was that accident product again?
I call it free insurance with a savings plan. Free insurance with a savings plan. Because if you put the money in the bank, you're not getting any interest either, 0.0005 interest or something,
And
It's
what's
called
the
Guaranteed
carrier?
Assurance with Mutual of Omaha.
Mutual Omaha? Okay. How much does it really cost to have that return of premium as a writer?
It depends on the age and the sex of the client. You just got
It's
to
normally it's like $15 more typically on
Okay.
average. Just
Okay.
depends though. It could be more than that, but it's around
Mhm.
there.
Karina.
I think my wife has the 500,000 with return of premium, and it's like 30 something. She probably got it when she was 40, 42. So, I mean, it's a great plan. I have an accident with return of premium from Foresters for 300,000. I think they're no brainers. If you look at what people die from, You know, it's number one until you're 45 is accidents. And if you don't die of cancer or a heart attack, which most people don't before 65, from 45 to 65, it's also number one. As long as you don't die of one of those two. Almost your whole life, it's by far the most likely thing that's going to happen to you.
Right.
Why wouldn't you have that? You know, and if you do it with money back, it's a savings plan with free insurance, like Michelle taught us.
And even if you do die of heart attack or you still get your money back.
So just so you guys understand how it works for the first 30 years, it's kind of like a sliding scale. So if somebody dies in year 20 from a natural death, they'll get a percentage of the money that they put in back. So that you still don't, it's kind of like cash value basically inside of the plan until they reach that full 30 years. Then it's 100% back. But until it reaches that full 30 years, it is kind of like a cash value plan, but it pays the money back to the beneficiary if the policy cancels for any other reason besides accidental death. So that means if they die naturally in year 20, there's still that cash value that's going to go back to them. Not 100% of what they've put in, but a good portion of it. And all this stuff you learn on the brochures. That's where I learned about that product, is on their brochure. So, all right. Any last things before we jump off? We've got our staff call starting. Any last things? I know I'll call you a little bit later this morning, Sherry. I'll go through your pending stuff with you, help you out. If not, we'll see you guys later. Tuesday morning sales call tomorrow. Please send me your numbers. I will send you guys an email later this afternoon to remind you. You'll have a great week. See you later.
Bye, everybody. And we're back.